My name is James Stevenson. I work at Insomniac Games on Sunset Overdrive, and we brought it here today to let people play through the first hour and a half of the game and check out the single-player story campaign.
And from what I saw from the Gamescom, from E3, from here, it's all wild, mad fun.
Ultimate fun?
Yeah, mad fun.
Sunset Overdrive is all about fun. Fun trumps realism in the game. We built this game to be, your awesome apocalypse. You can be who you want to be. You can play the way you want to play. There's tons of great weapons. It's all about traversal and aggression, style, agility. Like, it's a game where you move fast. You get around the city. You can do crazy things. You have amazing weapons, and there's great story, and also a great 8-player co-op online mode as well.
And it's all really. It carries the trademarks of Insomniac Games, the DNA, so to say, the action, the fun, the weapons, of course, the customizations. How did you work with the idea? Where did you get the idea for this game, and how did you start working?
Sure.
Working the idea with Insomniac DNA.
So originally the game, when we first started Sunset Overdrive, When we first started Sunset Overdrive, it was right after we finished Resistance 3, and we really like the idea of the apocalypse. Like, the apocalypse throws all the rules out, and you can see how people are going to survive. Society has no rules anymore, and so it's a really interesting concept and something we really like playing with. We also didn't want to make anything that was bleak or gray or dark. We'd had enough of that with Resistance, and so Marcus, the creative director, and Drew, the game director, really wanted to do something that was more fun. And so that was sort of the initial pitch. We were thinking about I Am Legend, where Will Smith is hitting golf balls off an aircraft carrier, or the Omega Man, where Charlton Heston is driving this big boat of a convertible down the city streets. And so the initial idea was it was going to be this apocalypse, but it was going to be awesome. Like, you were going to be able to do what you want to do and have like a cool apocalypse. You could make your own rules and be who you want to be, express yourself, look the way you want to look. And I think as the game evolved, we started adding more of the Insomniac DNA. Like, the weapons started trickling in. Like, originally we were trying to, like, no, maybe we shouldn't do crazy weapons this time. And it just, we couldn't help ourselves. Like, things like that, the Insomniac stuff starts coming into it. And I think at a certain point, it kind of all began to fuse together and snowball into this amazing thing that became Sunset Overdrive.
Truly, yes, it's a colorful, fun apocalypse. What kind of, where did you look for ideas, or did you have your heads full of these bubbling ideas that just started bursting out?
So we always get ideas from everyone on the team. Like, it's something where we're super collaborative. Like the TN Teddy launcher was something that was, we sent out an email like, hey, we need a grenade launcher type weapon. What would be this Sunset Overdrive? What would you launch in Sunset Overdrive as a grenade? And someone just replied to the email, and it was a picture of a teddy bear, a plus sign, and sticks of dynamite. And thus the TN Teddy was born. And so now we have these teddy bears who launch with dynamite, and that's our grenade launcher in the game. So there's all sorts of ideas that come from crazy places. We're certainly inspired by, things like the Omega Man or I Am Legend, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, games like Jet Grind Radio, Tony Hawk, Vanquish, Devil May Cry, so there's a lot of games out there that kind of had inspiration for us as well. We're inspired by our own stuff. Marcus had never made a Ratchet & Clank game. He came to Insomniac because he loved Ratchet & Clank. So I definitely think, our previous games inspired us in many ways too. And, a lot of the people that are working at Insomniac came to Insomniac because they were fans of it. And so this is sort of really feeling like we get to make an Insomniac game that is a true next Insomniac game.
And that kind of combination, all that action, all that grinding, everything, all the shooting, explosions, aliens, monsters, not aliens, monsters, everything, all that action packed into one game, into one screen. It could be mayhem in a bad way, but it seems you have been able to tweak it to good mayhem.
Yeah, it's, it definitely has a lot going on, but we try to make it pretty tactical too. So Sunset's not just like spamming your weapons over and over again. When you get into the game, you start to have high priority targets. There's special types of OD that can do things that will make your life very difficult, like deny you traversal, or spawn more OD, or throw OD at you, or things like that. So you're going to run into enemies that are really dangerous and will kind of change the way you play, and that you have to focus on them and put a lot of heavy firepower into them to take them out first before you deal with like the less dangerous ones as well. This is definitely kind of an organization to the chaos and a tactical approach to all the chaos in the game.
And what's your, let's go personal, your favorite team in the game?
Oh man, it's hard. My favorite thing in the game, period. I think I love meeting all the different factions as you go through the game and you meet these different groups of survivors and see how they're surviving. You know, in the demo today, I think people are getting about to the Oxfords. The Oxfords are this group of prep school kids who are trapped, well, not really trapped, but they're surviving and holed up inside the pizza parlor. And it's sort of like a Chuck E. Cheese's, there's animatronic band, there's all these arcade games, and you get to meet them and kind of learn their story and help them out. And that happens throughout the course of the game. You'll meet a group of adult adventure scouts who are living in the Heritage Museum, and they've adopted samurai culture and the Bushido Code. And so there's just some great, crazy characters. And of course, everyone loves Fizzy. Fizzy's the giant Fizco mascot, and he shows up throughout the game and is really just one of those things that was literally like a little balloon on a painting and snowballed into one of the most popular characters in the game, and just hilarious and a lot of fun.
Okay, so we saw in this demo a few characters so far, and they all seem pretty crazy.
You know, it's interesting because it was the people that didn't drink Overcharge, or the people that you actually get to meet in the game, because everyone that drank the energy drink has changed into a mutant. So there's sort of this aspect of, you know, who wouldn't have drank it, and that was something we thought about. What were you doing? Like all the factions, all the survivors, why did they not drink Overcharge? Why are they still there? And that was kind of an interesting point for us to talk about. So they're all a little interesting in their own ways and kind of have their own stories and problems, and but also strengths. I think like everyone you meet is strong in some way because of that. So even though we may, you know, tease them or poke fun of part of their personality, they also have something that has allowed them to survive in the apocalypse as well. Sunset Overdrive will be coming out exclusively on Xbox One in late October 31st. It's an awesome game. We've had a lot of fun making it for you. You know, crazy weapons, awesome traversal, great 8-player co-op, a big story and campaign, and we hope you guys check it out and like it.